productivity. Can you please go on mute if you are not speaking? Please go on mute. Continuous improvement, innovation, and having fun to enjoy success in his agile journey. With so much excitement, I'm happy to introduce our topic for today, which is what would Bill Campbell or you do? A coaching strategy from a $1 trillion coach. I actually bought this book, honestly, but I've not read about it. So the $1 trillion coach is a leadership playbook of Silicon Valley. And one of my most favorite song of 2020 is from Tenny that said something about, I want to be a billionaire. And even when I bought this book and I read a little bit about it, it actually changed my perspective every time I listen to this song. And I want to be a billionaire too. I want to be a trillionaire. So I don't want to, get a cat out of the basket. So I'm going to allow Joe to do the honor of introducing the golden nuggets, the richness, the riches, and the principles that he has learned, not just by reading this book, but applying this book in his daily life and the organization he has worked for. So it's an honor to have you, Joe, here today, and I'm going to hand over the baton to you. So, Joe, thank you so much for coming on our platform to speak to us about the $1 trillion coach book. So I'm handing over to you right now. Oh, Joe, you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself? We can't hear you. You are muted. Oh.
Myself. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, actually, you put me on mute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, first, thank you very much, Aanu, for the invitation. It's an honor to be. It's an honor for me to be here with you, sharing and learning from you. And thank you very much for that opportunity. I really appreciate it. And also thank you for that nice introduction about myself. Thank you very much for that. Well, guys, today, as Aanu said, I'm going to share with you what I learned from the book, from $1 Trillion Coach. But basically, I made this workshop that I'm going to share with you. So you can understand what are the lessons from Bill Campbell. And also in this workshop, you can get some tools and some ways to apply it in your work, right? We are going to use some a Miro for that, a board in Miro. We are going to use some facilitation techniques to try to apply the body of knowledge from Bill Campbell, okay? So I'm going to share with you my screen right now. So please let me know when you can see my screen, please. Let me know, please. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Aanu, for that. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so I think you can see my screen right now. I'm going to try to use this in presentation mode. So great, I'm going to see in this way. Okay, so today, guys, as I said, we are going to talk about this Bill Campbell body of knowledge. I don't know if you know who is Bill Campbell or if you read the book already, but I think I am going to start with that, right? So first, I'm going to share with you in the chat, I think. I'm going to share with you the link of the book so you can buy it and read it later if you like it to, okay? I'm going to share with you the link of the book, the $1 Trillion Coach book. And also, please, I'm going to share with you my LinkedIn account. So please feel free to add me. It would be awesome if you can add me to LinkedIn so we can keep in touch after this session and we can exchange experiences. We can have conversations about business, agile, and so forth. Okay, great. So okay, so Okay, great. So can you see my screen, right? Can you see my screen? It's okay? See? Yes?
Yes, we can.
Great, awesome. Okay, so let's start. Okay, first, the main goal of this workshop is, as I said, right? I read the book, and also I am a big fan of Google's culture. And after I read the book, I was very impressed about the way of coaching of Bill Campbell, right? So, and I created this workshop where, in a kind of practical way, I try to share this body of knowledge, and also I share it using some facilitation techniques so you can apply it in your work. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, great. So, by the way, I'm going to share with you this Miro dashboard of this Miro file. Okay, I'm going to share with you right now. So you can use it. It's for you. So I'm going to share with you that all this information, so you can use it in your work, in your daily basis, or in whatever area that you want to apply it. Okay, I'm going to share with you right now this in the chat of the Zoom as well. Okay, 1 second. Okay, let me share with you this. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Let me check this. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to share with you in the chat. Okay. Okay. So you can have it. Great. Okay. Well, I'm Jorge Castro, so you already know me. Hopefully, we can keep in touch after this conversation. You have my social media here, so please add me if you like. Okay, that would be awesome if we can help each other after this session. Okay, first I would like to start with a little sorry. So please, if you have a mobile phone or in your computer, please join slido.com and use this code, please. Okay, please, with your mobile phone, with your browser, in your computer, go to slido.com and use this number, because I have a little survey for you. Okay. So please do it. Help me with that. This is the survey. I'm waiting for you. Please join. I'm going to ask you some questions. So we are going to basically, I want to know what are your expectations about this workshop. I would like to know what you are looking for, maybe, and why you are here in this workshop. So it can help me to try to give more examples during the workshop, and also explain maybe some details more than other. Okay. Okay, there's something new. Thank you for that feedback. Okay. What's more, team? Please help me with that. It's quite important that I would like to share your opinion, right? Your expectation about this workshop. Okay, slido.com and use this number. How to coach a new agile team? Great, thank you. How to coach a new agile team? Great, that's good. You know, something interesting about it is when you read the book, despite of Bill Campbell is not an agile coach, Bill Campbell is more than a kind of executive coach, and also a team coach, more than agile coach. But all this knowledge that he shared with us, you can apply it in your agile team as well. It's very useful, because I am using it in my agile team. So, okay, thank you so much for your opportunity. I would like to learn more ways to improve my facilitation practice. Yeah, as you can see in the Miro that I share, you are going to see a lot of techniques, visual things to try to move things in your team, right? Looking for more agile facilitation tools, techniques, how to build trust. Great, thank you. Awesome. Thank you very much for that, team. Okay, next question, please. What words come to your mind when you hear the word coach, coaching? Be totally honest. Okay. So I think maybe in this session we have agile coaches, we have a scrum master, maybe we have people involved in business agility, right? Trip. Okay, great. So I think please try to be honest, because I know that there are some people that believe that coaching is not good. It's not something good at all, maybe. But there are people that are okay with coaching. You know, we have opinions, different opinions about it. Learning anything useful to me. Scrum Master, Thrift, accountability. Great, great. Okay, so accountability, aspiring, responsibility, development, great. Coaching for performance, great. Something that I can tell you about the book and about coaching in general, something that I got from the book is, for Bill, coaching is about team mindset. It's about a mindset who puts team working in the first place. That is something about coaching that he shared. Okay, great. Okay, the third question we are going to answer later. Okay, but thank you very much for that information, for that feedback. Thank you very much. Okay, let's continue. Well, as I said, this workshop, this talk, this conversation aims to share great knowledge about Bill Campbell's principles, coaching strategy, and his way to help people reading in $3 Coach, the book, and facilitate practice them through games, group activities, meaningful talks, understand, be understood. Okay, that is what we are going to share with you today during this workshop. Okay, so a real nice concept about a real nice definition about coaching is the Tom Landry's definition, which is my favorite. Tom Landry, who was a football coach in US, said about this: a coach is someone who sees the things that you don't want to see, hears the things you don't want to hear, to help you become the person you always want to be. Okay, for me, that is the best definition of what is a coach. And for me, Bill Campbell was a real coach for teams, a real coach for executive, and also for agile thing, because most of most of his body of knowledge, of his principles, which are 33, are related to agility. Okay. Who is Bill Campbell? Maybe you know who is Bill Campbell. Maybe some of you don't know who is Bill Campbell, but Bill Campbell is Bill Campbell was a great guy. Bill Campbell was the Silicon Valley coach. That was the nickname, the Silicon Valley coach, and also the $1 trillion coach, because Bill Campbell was the coach of Steve Jobs, of Jonathan Rosenberg, of Jonathan Rosenberg, Eric Schmidt, and also Jeff Bezos. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the coach of Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, Eric Schmidt, the coach of Silicon Valley, right? That was Bill Campbell. So the coach helped to build some of Silicon Valley greatest companies, including Google, Apple, and Intuit, and to create over $1 trillion in market value. When he passed away, unfortunately, in 2016, he left behind a legacy of growing companies and successful people, and an abundance of respect, friendship, and love. And basically, the book is about that. The book is about his life, and most important, is about what he leave us, right? The body of knowledge about coaching, the Bill Campbell body of knowledge about coaching. Okay, so that was Bill Campbell. I think an awesome guy, right? A guy that you need to read about it, and I think this book is amazing for that. Okay, great. Some numbers about who is Bill Campbell, just to try to engage in this conversation, in this workshop. Those are some numbers, magnificent numbers, very astonishing numbers. For example, $1 trillion in benefits for companies where Bill was a coach, Apple, Google, and Intuit, right? $1 trillion in benefits for those companies where Bill was the coach. Amazing, right? Yes, so countless the number of people who learn from Bill, right? Bill shared this knowledge to everybody, not only for the coaches, also for the community, for his partner, for his teammates, and so forth. So those are some numbers about the Bill Campbell's benefits of outcomes for the companies where he worked. Okay, let's continue. Well, here, basically some information about the coaches. As I said, Bill Campbell was the coach of Jeff Bezos, was the coach of Steve Jobs, was the coach of Eric Schmidt, was the coach of Larry Page. Amazing, right? Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon. Imagine that, right? So Bill Campbell was the coach of those guys, those very famous and very intelligent guys. So imagine the impact of his coaching. So That is why I decided to try to get that idea from the book and put it in a workshop, right? So it can help you, right, for your work, for your teams. That's the idea of this. That is the purpose of this conversation. Okay, great. Let's continue. Okay, yeah, just a quote from Bill Campbell. Leadership is about recognizing that there is a greatness in everyone, and your job is to create an environment where the greatness can emerge. So as you can see here, it's related to agile, right? Because at the end, agility is looking for people to can face change, people to can focus on something, people that can work together and deliver value for customers. So that is greatness, right? Greatness in team working, greatness about product delivery, quality, greatness about continuous integration, flow, and so forth, right? That is the greatness of a team. So that is the message from Bill Campbell. Okay, let's play. So from now on, I'm going to share with you what I learned from the book, those body of knowledge and those techniques that Bill Campbell uses or used when he applied or when he was working with their team, right? With the coaches and also with the teams, because he was, as I said again, he was a kind of executive coach, coach of Steve Jobs, Larry Page, and so forth. And also, he was a team coach. He worked with teams as well. So, first idea about Bill Campbell is let's start with some clamps, right? Some clamps. These clamps. These clamps for you, right? Clamp for you, clamp for your family, clamp for your health, a clamp that you are health, you are safe in your house, clamp for that you have a job, clamps for whatever you want to be happy, right? That is something important. Bill Campbell in each session spent some minutes to say great, to clamp about why we are here, to clamp about what we get, the good things, right, that we have. That is something really important about his coaching lessons. So clamps, right? Clamp about it. Let's play about clamping, about be happy about what we are doing, what we have, right? That is something important. Please don't forget that. That is a recommendation from Bill Campbell, Body of Knowledge. Start with these kind of activities, okay? Okay. Also, Bill Campbell said that you need to hatch people, right? You need to give a hatch to everybody, to your team, to your boss or whatever, right? You need to be effective with people. So that is another advice, right? Maybe you can, well, I know that right now we are in a kind of virtual world, right? We are not close to people any longer, at least by now, because the virus, right? Because the COVID, right? But in this case, I put some virtual hacks, right? try to give your team virtual hacks like this, I'm going to share this. Okay, try to do virtual hacks to your people, to your team. That is also Bill Campbell's advice, right? Hacks, be closer to people. Okay, if you in the past, right? If you hack somebody, you are going to create a relation, and maybe you are going to enforce trust. In this way, we are going to use virtual hacks for this conversation. Okay, please keep in mind that advice. Remember, this is not for me. This is not from Jorge Castro. This is from Bill Campbell, the coach from Steve Jobs, Larry Page, Eric Schmidt. Okay? Please remember that. And also, when you read the book, you are going to see all this information, but I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to share with you the main ideas, the main practices that I took from the book. Okay? Okay, Bill Campbell would if you want to be a coachee, if you want to be a coachee and you want to Bill Campbell coach you, Bill Campbell, the first question that you need to ask to your team, right? If you want to coach somebody, is about this question, right? Are you coachable? So you need to think about it, right? You need to think about if you are coachable or not. That is something quite important. Are you coachable? Because remember, coaching is about working with people. So it's quite important that we need to ask those kind of questions first, right? Are you coachable? And also, you need to ask, if you answered yes, okay, what is your expectation? What you're looking for? What you're looking for my coaching, right? Right? What you're looking for. Okay. Okay, Jorge. Yeah, I am coachable, but what I'm looking for is DevOps. I want someone that help me with DevOps because I don't understand what is DevOps. I would like to apply DevOps in my teams. That is the idea, right? What is the final outcome that you're looking for? And you need to be agreed with you. The coachee and the coachee needs to agree on that. Please remember that. Also, what would you tell your coach to make a better coach? Important, right? You can be a Bill Campbell coach, you can be the most expert agile coach or whatever. But remember, please don't forget or don't let pass the chance to get feedback from everybody that you are working on, your coachee, your teams, whatever. Ask for feedback. Ask for example, okay, what would you tell your coach to make a better coach, right? Feedback, that's quite important, okay? By the way, as you can see here, all these are Miro dashboards. So I am explaining the way that you can run this workshop with your teams, with your coaches, or wherever you want to run this workshop, right? But remember, do the time and do the amount of people. I'm explaining the way that you can run this workshop, right? So you can apply it in your teams, okay? Yeah, that's the idea. So you can see here the tools, right? Okay. The book, I'm going to maximize this. Okay, the books share in total 33 principles from the body of knowledge of Bill Campbell, a lot, right? 33. But today, actually, I already shared with you some principles, the hack things, the first moment to decide if you are coachable or not. And remember that, right? If you're going to answer yes, I'm coachable, it's because you're open to change, and that is something quite important. If you're open to change, or to improve, right? So again, right, the book has 33 principles. Today, I'm going to share with you only 3, okay? But sorry, I'm going to share with you 7 principles, okay? That I'm going to explain with you. Each principle, as you can see, each principle has some dashboards in Miro. So you, with some facilitation, you can take and you can have the workshop with your teams, with your coaches, and whatever, right? So that is the idea. I'm going to give you today. Well, I already gave you the tool because that is the tool, the Miro, and also now I'm going to explain you how you can run this workshop with your teams. Okay, that's the idea. So let's share the 7th one. Okay, I'm going to share with you. Okay. Okay, the first principle that I want to share with you is, yes, I think so. Okay, the first principle that I want to share with you is, it's the people. That is the principle. It's the people. That is the first principle that I want to share. It's the people. Okay, so I'm going to for this purpose, I'm going to share with you something that is something that is not in the book, but is experienced from Bill Campbell, right? So imagine that you are in a kind of business meeting, or if you are with your family in, I don't know, on vacation, or if you are in a swimming pool, or if you are playing soccer or whatever, right? Imagine that you are in a meeting, right? Imagine that you're in a meeting, whatever meeting that is important for you, right? With your family, dinner, whatever. Imagine that suddenly your mobile phone rings, and you see that the person that is calling you is, I don't know, Steve Jobs. Well, of course, when Steve Jobs was alive, right? Was alive. Imagine that, right? Imagine Steve Jobs is calling me. Wow, right? What do you do? Most of the people answer the question, right? Wow, Steve Jobs is calling me. I'm going to answer the question, right? What do you think Bill Campbell would do about it? Or when Bill Campbell, because that is a real situation that Bill Campbell Bill Campbell told. He was with his soccer team. You know, he was the coach of a kids soccer team. He was coaching the team, the Childs, and suddenly Steve Jobs, who was one of his coaches, called him during the training. Steve Jobs, Bill Campbell saw the call and didn't answer. He didn't answer the call because at that moment he was with his team, with the Childs. It's the people. Please, it's the people. If you are with someone that you have a meeting and you are going to listen about their problems or you want to fix something, please pay attention. It's the people. Okay, that's the message. That's the first principle. It's the people. Okay, great. Let's continue. Okay, the second principle that I want to share, the part of the body of knowledge, is your title makes you a manager. Your people makes you a leader. Okay, again, your title, because Jorge, the agile coach, Jorge, the manager, Aanu, the manager, I don't know, Pelumi, the director, the CEO, the BPO, whatever, right? Okay, yeah, your title makes you a manager, but your people make you a leader. A big difference, right? Okay, very important. Okay, so for this, I think first you need to, as you can hear, I think you need to ask to your team, right? Okay, let's discuss about what is a manager, or what does a manager, what does a leader, right? So they can discuss about it. I don't know, a manager is someone that controls me or something like that, or push me. I don't know. And a leader is someone that inspires me, right? I don't know. You need to create a conversation, right, in your team. Then you need to ask, okay, guys, tell me about a problem that you have about this manager or leadership stuff, right? Tell me a problem that you have. I don't know, maybe someone can say, Jorge, maybe my problem is that I don't feel my boss very close to me. I feel my boss that he's not with me in a team. And also, and I don't know, maybe he only share some kind of comments, right? He shared comments and that's it, right? He's not involved with the daily work. I don't know. That can be a problem for one team, right? Okay, that's the idea, right? You need to start with a conversation. So here you need to help people to understand, okay, if I were a manager, what would do with that problem as a manager? And if I am a leader, what I do as a leader for that problem to try to fix that problem, right? It's different, right? What a manager what a manager does, what a leader does, right? You can foster the conversation. So I would like to share this part, which is important, is the magic formula, right? Regarding Bill Campbell and also regarding Alan Eagle, which was, by the way, sorry, I forgot to mention, the writers of the book are Eric Schmidt, Jonathan Rosenberg, and Alan Eagle. Both are Googlers, right? People from Google, high directors from Google, okay? Eric Schmidt, Jonathan Rosenberg, and Alan Eagle. Okay, I would like to share with this with you because it is part of this principle. It's about the magic formula. Okay, so I want to share with you this formula, right? For Bill Campbell, this is a formula that is about leading, right? For Bill Campbell, a lead is equal a manager plus a coach. That is the idea, right? So if you want to be a lead, because everybody can be a lead, right? I want to be a lead. I want to be a servant lead. I want to be a lead, you know. But for Bill Campbell, a lead is someone that is a manager, but also is a coach. That is the magic formula for Bill Campbell about this principle, right? Please remember that. Okay, great. So let's continue. Okay. The principle number 3, yeah, the principle number 3 is about start with trip reports, right? That is another principle from Bill. So about the principle, Bill said, okay, no matter what kind of meeting that you are going to have, if you're going to have a meeting with your with your team, your development team, or your testing team, or your marketing team, or whatever. Or if you're going to have a meeting with VPs or CEOs or your family, right, or whatever kind of team, right? If you want to do it, the recommendation here that Bill Campbell shared with us is about you need to ask this question, right? What was the recently funny moment in your family, for example, right? That is an example, right? That is only an example. Before starting the meeting, you need to get in touch with people, right? But not about business, not about the money, not about the metrics, not about, no. Try to be in touch with people about your family, your business trip, a fun moment, right? So for example, imagine that you are in a meeting with your team. Imagine that you are in a planning meeting, right? Because I know that most of the people here are agile practitioners, right? Or imagine that you are going to do a retrospective, or you are going to do a sprint planning or something like that, right? Before starting the work, right? Try to sit down and ask this question, right? Hey guys, what about the family, right? What about the soccer game? What do you think about it? Do you hear about this funny moment in internet that everybody's talking about? The cats and something like that? I don't know. Try to ask this question, right? In this case, my recommendation is, and also Bill's recommendation is, for example, what was the recently funny moment happening in your family? If you ask this question, people is going to talk about that. They're going to laugh. You're going to share experiences. You're going to create a good environment before your work, and people is going to open, right? It's going to be more attractive to share, right? You are going to engage more people. You are going to engage the people to the conversation, right? The business, the work. So yeah, so I think that is important. For example, in my case, if you ask me the question, hey Jorge, what was a recently funny moment happened in your family? I can tell, hey Anu, yeah, my little daughter, my 7 years little daughter, take some paints, right? Some paints, and she painted all my wall, right? Paint my wall with flowers, paint my wall with little animals and so forth, right? She painted my wall. That was funny because she was creative, but it was a kind of mess. It was a mess actually, because it was my house wall, right? So that is the idea, right? Try to start with trip report. Start with real human things, right? Human experience. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, the principle number four in the body of knowledge is best idea, not consensus, right? So for example, in this artifact, you can start with, you can ask your about this principle. Basically, Bill share us, or Bill teach us about there is a mistake that we are doing right now, and that mistake is make a decision, make a team decision using votes, for example, right? Okay, we are going to take a decision. Okay, let's vote, right? We have option A, we have option B. So please team vote. Okay, the option B has the majority of the votes. Okay, we are going to use with the decision. No. Bill Campbell said we need to take the best idea, not consensus. Right? That is the message. So how you can apply this with your team? So for example, right? You can ask, okay, guys, please tell me a problem, right? Tell me a problem that is common in the team, right? Tell me a problem that everybody has in the team and it's a pain in the team, right? Okay, maybe people can say, okay, a problem is about communication. We feel that we don't communicate well. A problem is maybe testing, right? We invest a lot of time in manual testing, and it's a pain, right, in the team. I don't know. You need to discuss that with your team, okay? After that, after you discuss this problem with your team, and your team agrees that that is something really important for your team, right? You can use this this part, right? You can challenge them. Okay, guys, this is the problem, right? The problem is that we have too much manual testing and we are investing a lot of time in manual testing. Okay, that is the problem. So you can ask, okay, guys, now I challenge you to tell me what is the solution. What do you think about it? Anu, tell me the solution about it. Shola, tell me the solution about it. Pelumi, tell me the solution about it. What do you think about it? Okay. So they can use post-its, right? They put the post-it there. This is my solution. I recommend this. And also, please share data about the solution, about your idea. Because it's not about sharing something, right? We are in the age of data. You know that, right? We are in the age of data, and data is driving everything. Data is driving business, data is driving governments, data is driving COVID as well. COVID, everybody, right? So data is quite important. So that is a challenge, right? Tell me about the solution of that problem that we discussed, and also tell me about data, right? The data that supports your solution, okay? That's the idea. That's the idea. And after the discussion, you can discuss about the solution, the proposal, but also the data, right? How the data that you are sharing supports your decision, your solution. And then, based on that, you can take a decision about what is the best approach, or maybe the most realistic approach to apply in the team for that problem. Okay? That is also a principle from Bill Campbell. Please remember something. It's not about the best idea. It's not about voting. It's about it's not about consensus. It's about no consensus. It's about the best idea. And the best idea is the idea that has data to support it. Okay? Please remember that. It's quite important. Data. Okay, let's move on. Next one. Okay. The principle number 5 is about manage the aberrant genius, right? Yeah, I know that in whatever team, right? No matter if there is a development team or a human resource or people team or marketing team or DevOps team or whatever team, right? It is always a guy, right? A mate, right? Who is maybe the aberrant genius, right? The guy that thinks that is smarter than everybody in the team, right? I think that is something common, right? That is something common in a team, right? So Sheldon, I don't know if you watch the TV series Big Bang Theory, right? I think maybe Sheldon, right? Sheldon is the aberrant genius, right? He's a genius. He's smart. We know that he's very smart, but he's the aberrant, right? Maybe you don't want to have a Sheldon in your team, despite of he's smart. Maybe you don't want to have him in your team, right? Maybe, I don't know, maybe. So Bill Campbell shares a principle about this, the deal with this aberrant genius, right? Because he knows that genius people are quite important in a team, especially for development teams. You know that, right? You know that. So he said, okay, there are some ways to deal with this aberrant genius. So in this as board, I'm going to share with you some practical things that you can apply if you want to take a decision or if you don't know how to manage this aberrant genius, right? So here you can see a matrix, right? You can see here trust from less to more, right? Trust, and here you can see performance, right? Basically, it's a kind of matrix so we can evaluate team members in our team, right? In terms of performance and in terms of trust. Just to remember, trust is, for Bill Campbell, trust is a guy that has the team first mindset or the team first attitude. That is someone that you can trust, okay? For Bill Campbell, that is trust. And also please remember that everybody is not coachable. Remember that is quite important. Everybody is not coachable. That is why at the beginning, Bill Campbell recommends you first take a seat and ask the question, are you coachable? And explain what is that. Coachable is about change. It's about team first attitude, okay? So remember that Bill Campbell said, everybody is not coachable. Remember that, it's quite important if you want to deal, if you want to manage with the aberrant genius in your team, okay? That help you to make decisions, okay? Sorry, I'm reading the comments. Okay, okay. I'm trying to understand the comments, but it's difficult because I'm here and the comments. I'm going to minimize the comment thing, okay? Okay, great. Okay, so okay, that's the idea, right? So you need to evaluate your team and you need to put your team in this matrix in terms of trust and performance, right? So for example, right, imagine a guy that he has a lot of trust. He's a person that has a team first attitude, very strong, you know, but unfortunately his performance is low. Imagine that, right? The guy that is a team player, but his performance in the team is low. What do you do about it? Okay, Bill Campbell said, for that guy, you need to coach them, you need to coach them, you need to challenge them as well. But first, you need to coach them. But most important than that, you need to be a mentor because remember, this guy has low performance. So that is a symptom, right? Maybe he's a developer, a Java developer who unfortunately he doesn't have too much Java skills. So it's someone that you need to mentor. Well, you or maybe you need to find someone, right? And also you need to coach them. That is the recommendation from Bill. So now imagine a guy that the trust is low and the performance is low as well. What do you do about it? Bill said, coach him unless uncoachable. Okay? Coaching unless uncoachable. Please think about it. Everybody is not coachable, unfortunately. And remember, team first. Team first. Okay? Remember that. Okay, imagine that you have a guy that is a guy that the trust is high. The trust is high, but unfortunately, but also the performance is also high. Great, right? This is a kind of very smart guy, right? So for that guy, Bill said, challenge them, right? Challenge them, right? Try to challenge them in terms of what he's doing, right? Try to move him to another place, to another challenge, to another maybe another project or something like that, right? Try to challenge that people because that people can do it, and you need to improve it. You need to make it great, right? That is the advice. And what about a guy that the trust is low, but the performance is high? The aberrant genius, right? The aberrant genius, right? That is the aberrant genius. The trust is low. He's not a team player, but the performance is good. What about him? Coach them. Coach them. Okay? Coach them. Coach them. Twice. Coach them. Don't miss that guy. Coach them. Invest time on him. One-to-ones, right? Create a roadmap for them, for him, right? Coach them. It's quite important. Okay, guys, great. Let's move on. Okay, number six, and I am running off time, so I'm going to speed up. Principle number 6 is about pick the right player. It's quite important, right? Pick the right player. For Google and for me, the recruiting process is the most, or one of the most important process in your company. Hiring people. Bill Campbell said the same, told us the same. Right, pick the right players, okay? So for example, if you ask guys, if you see this guy, right? Maybe if you ask you, what kind of jobs, or if you ask you, what is the job of this guy? I don't know, maybe some of you, maybe he's a musician, maybe he's a musician, or he's an artist, right? You can say that he's an artist or whatever, right? Or he's, I don't know, his skateboard, or he's, I don't know. People can say different things, right, about this, right? Imagine that you put the responsibility to hire people in only one person. No, because one person only has one vision, right? No, the main idea here is you need to, if you want to pick up the right players, you need to move from the manager take a decision about hiring for a team decision. You need to put the decision to pick new guys in the team, in the company, not only for one guys or maybe a few guys. You need to create groups, right? So those groups can be different from each other and they can select the best people for your company. Thinking on the team mindset, right? Just to give more information, this guy is Jelani Nelson. Jelani Nelson is an ex-professor of the Department of Electrical Engineering at US Berkeley. So he's a doctor in that university, okay? So please remember that, right? You cannot give the responsibility to pick the guys in your team only to one guy or a few guys. You need to move to a kind of team decision, right? That is the idea. So for that principle, I recommend you to maybe any time that you are going to hire a new guy in your team, a developer, a tester, or agile coach, or whatever, right? Please work with your team, right? Work with your team, have a meeting, check the CV, right? Ask question about it, and ask your team, okay, guys, please, in each of circle, you have the chance to ask 3 questions to this guy, okay? So for example, Aanu can ask, hey, do you like movies? Because for Aanu, it's important that. For Aanu, it's that important because if you want to be part of Aanu's team, Aanu is looking for someone that likes movies. Or maybe Godwin can ask, hey, do you know about DevOps? Because for Godwin, it's important that someone is in the team, that someone that is going to join the team knows about DevOps, right? It's about team decision. It's about team perspective, okay? So each team member can ask questions, okay? And at the end, you can decide, right? You can prioritize what are the best questions for this candidate. If we want to hire this guy, if we want to interview some candidates, right, for your position, we can have this, we can do this exercise. And at the end, you can decide what are the best questions that we need to ask for this guy, okay? That is the principle. Well, that is the practical side of this principle. Pick the right players, okay? And finally, the principle number 7 is practice. Sorry about that. Okay. Practice free-form listening. And this is about, please listen, people, but listen real. You know, please listen your people. I know, unfortunately, maybe some of you in this moment are in this workshop, but you are not in this workshop. Maybe, maybe you are calling, you are in Facebook, some of you, or maybe you are not here, maybe it's normal, right? That happens. Because that happens in workshops, and that happens in business, that happens in any scenario. But the principle is practice free-form listening, okay? Real listen to people, pay attention. If you are in a one-to-one with Adepeju, I'm sorry if I pronounce the name bad, sorry about it. If I am in a one-to-one with Adepeju, and Adepeju is asking me about, Jorge, how can I improve? Help me with this testing stuff. Help me with this safe stuff, right? Help me with that. And Steve Jobs called me. I'm not going to answer because I'm with you in this moment, right? Please remember that. Okay. And for this principle for listening, I really like this technique, which is the 5 whys, right? Maybe you know this technique, the 5 whys. It's something like that, right? Imagine a problem, right? I can ask a problem, right? Imagine that I ask a problem to Shola, right? Shola told me a problem. Jorge, my problem is this, right? I would like to improve I don't understand how to implement DevOps in my team because that is my problem. Help me with that. Okay, great. Why? Why you cannot do that? Why that is a problem for you? Well, because it's a problem for me because I don't know DevOps because I you know why you don't know DevOps. Well, basically it's because I'm not a technical guy, you know, I'm a coach and technical stuff is not for me. Why technical stuff is not for you? It's because, you know, I don't like coding really. I don't feel comfortable with coding or something like that. That is the technique. You need to ask 5 whys with the people and get the answer, the final answer, the source, right, of the problem. Okay, guys, I think I'm running out of time, so I'm going to just finish. So that was the principles. That was the idea. I hope that you really learn something from this. I really expect that. So if you want to get more information about this principle, about this, you can learn the book. And also, I share in this Miro some links so that you can get more information about these principles, about the book. Here are the writers, very smart guys, you know. So. Books that I recommend to read, please, the Trillion Dollar Coach book, read this book. And also I recommend you those books, Work Rules, Google, how it works, how to design a workshop is quite important. And also training from the back of the room. It's quite, if you want to facilitate meetings, if you want to be a coach and so forth, if you want to do something like this, you need to read books. I recommend you to read it. So finally, please remember that everybody has dreams. So please, please, please remember everybody has dreams. So help and share more. Okay, help and share more. Help to everybody. Share knowledge. So guys, thank you very much for the invitation. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Aanu. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jog. Oh yeah, comments are coming in. Please, can we appreciate? He truly inspired me. I remember free from listening. And people first, your team first. So Jog, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on our platform. I know that we had a lot of issues since last year. We were changing dates and so many things were happening, but you were so patient with us. You stayed with us and you actually listen to us. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. Please let's just applaud Joe. Thank you so much. All right. So he's going to stay behind for a few minutes. Please keep it coming. Itinu said gracias, Luis. I think gracias means thank you. So, yeah. And Simona, muchas gracias. Thank you from Kotati. Offrey said, typed strong exposition. Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much. From Godwin, please, can we see the books? I'm going to, Job, do you want to reshare the mural link? I'm sorry, the Miro link.
Yeah,
on
sure.
Zoom chat. So everything he has shared with us today is on Miro. So please go on there. You can see the books. You can see all the principles as well. And I'm very positive. I saw something from Mary, so I can't find it again. So, all right. So let's keep the thank you coming. Our next two events is, let me share my screen. Okay, my screen is hanging. So I'm trying to share my screen and I don't know what is going on. Everything is just hanging, but let's see. So this is our thank you to you, Jog. So our next event is going to be March 17, and the topic is the next horizon for coaches in relationship systems intelligence. You don't want to miss this. Maddie was one of my trainers and actually the chief trainer from Organization Relationship System Coaching. She's one of the most powerful relationship system coaches in the world. So patience, if you can share the link on Zoom so that people can click it and register. March 17 is going to be 90 minutes workshop. I know Maddie very, very well. You will learn a lot of stuff from her. And also on April 15, we are bringing one of my first coach, actually Pradeepa, to talk to us on an awesome way to create amazing relationships, not just at work, but also in our personal life. I want to use this opportunity to thank every one of you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next month. Oh, and another important news I don't want to forget. So we have the privilege to have Anna and Fisher this weekend, but unfortunately, we are going to postpone it because of the power outage in Texas. They live in Texas. To take us through 2 days liberating structure immersion workshop. When I did this training, it cost me $1,000. You are having it for free. This is their way of giving back to the African community. I'm going to share the link. We are moving it from this weekend. And now they are bringing more other liberators or liberating structures trainers to come and join them. I will share the link with you. So if you register, you're going to receive an email for the new date. It is free. You are not paying $1,000. It costs you $0. So please register for that as well. So I want to say thank you once again. We are done for today. Jorge is still here if you have any question for him. So Jorge, can we have you back? Any question from the $1 trillion book for Jorge? I know we've been commenting and saying a lot of stuff.